Hope everybody's good. Um, it's been a while. There's been some stuff going on, but I may or may not get into that um, at a later date. But as for now, this is your Powerbomb. We're going to cover some pickups, an incident at Triple Mania, and NXT and Summerslam brought last week. Or, yes, last week. Okay. First off, the pickups. There are only two. First one is the history of WCW 1986 timeline from kayfabe commentaries, as told by Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. This is I love this series. Kayfabe has a series for WCW, WWE, and ECW. I haven't seen any ECWs yet, and I still have to get the 85, 90, 94, and 97 WCWs, along with the 98 and 2006 SmackDowns and 2007 SmackDowns for WWF, and then I'll have every one of these up to date. Next, we have the history of WCW 2 DVD set for the year 1989, as told by Jim Cornette. This is really a well done series, like I said, and there are a lot of great historical things put on video by kayfabe commentaries that I have, and there's still so much more great stuff to get there. So that's the pickups portion of this. You got 1986 and 1989 for the pickups down there. Next, we're going to go ahead and cover it now. AAA is a Mexican wrestling promotion. It's the biggest promotion in Mexico. They have a yearly event, and over the weekend was Triple Mania 25. Now, on this show, which, by the way, all disclosures being made, I do have it saved on YouTube to watch a little bit later, but I'm going to comment on this part of it now because I've seen the tapes, I've seen tweets, I've seen statements by pretty much all parties involved except for the guilty party, and I can comment on this now. At a point, there was a four-way match between Sexy Star, who was or is, I guess, the Mexican Women's Champion, although there is some dispute to that because of some shit that went down with Taya Valkyrie that was no fault of her own. Don't know anything about that, so I can't comment on that. But anyway, it was Sexy Star, Aiko Hamada, Rosemary from GFW, and another chick I have not heard of. Apparently, Sexy Star went into business for herself and started shooting on the three other women in a match, and legit popped Rosemary's arm out of the socket and you could see on the video footage that she held the move even after a bell rang um, for about 20 or 30 seconds, and everybody was pissed. There's no room for that in the sport. She has essentially been blackballed. She shouldn't be able to wrestle anywhere in the world, including Mexico, which is her home country, by the way. But sad part about this is, I have a feeling she may still actually be able to wrestle in Mexico. The fact that she did this and then bailed, and Vampiro, who was the talent coordinator for the show, had to literally go leave the building, get her, bring her back, force her literally to apologize, and then when she apologized, she apparently started making excuses and telling everybody that this was a work, part of the storyline. I lost a lot of respect for Sexy Star. I don't have any respect for her left. She's lost bookings, I know, and couldn't happen to a better person apparently. So yeah, there's no room for that. Even for somebody like me who can't physically do it, but would die for the chance, I wouldn't do anything stupid like that. I don't know if there was beef involved or she was just trying to, do her own thing, but it's sickening. There's no room for it in the sport, and people like her shouldn't be allowed in the sport. That's my thoughts on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to the main event. Okay, let me actually pull it up. I thought it was the first one when I clicked on my notes, but I guess it wasn't. I guess oh, that's right, I added some stuff to the, behind the music, that's why. Let's see, alright, Powerbomb. Now, I'm actually going to start with Summerslam because I've always been told that if you start with the bad stuff and get it out the way, it makes the good stuff even that much more sweet. So we're going to do it that way. So let me get down to SummerSlam here. Okay, SummerSlam thoughts. First two matches on the pre-show were Usos and New Day and everyone Tozawa. Didn't see either one of these two matches because I was sleeping at this point, and I literally got up out of bed and ran to turn the computer on at 6:55. So I didn't see any of these two matches, and I was not in a mood to go back and watch them. But from what I hear, Neville took the Cruiserweight title back from Tozawa, and that to me was just dumb, because what was the point in giving Tozawa a meaningless 6-day title run And already before the show even started, I need a goddamn cocktail. Usos and the New Day, same thing. Didn't see the match, sleeping. Too lazy to go back and watch. Don't really have any thoughts on that. Usos won the match. These two could trade the tag titles back and forth. I'd be okay either way. First match on the card was, or on the main card, was John Cena and Baron Corbin. Now, I was really surprised that they had John Cena literally curtain jerk the show, the main show. Given what I know now, not as surprised anymore. Baron Corbin is, for a big man, athletically off the charts. There's no two ways about it. The chokeslam backbreaker that he pulled out, I think, is a new move. It looks awesome, and Cena sold it well. I'd like to see that become one of his signature moves. Both of them did amazing things. I'm not burying John. They both did amazing things. John wins. It's cool. I thought at the time that DC should have got the W, but knowing what kind of heat he has for things that he said on social media, and the fact that he cannot let the trolls go without beating them, and the fact that his apparent attitude backstage is piss poor, I completely understand it. Next, we had Naomi versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's title. Ugh, Natalya. Do I need to say anything else, really? She wins. I gag, and that's that, pretty much. I feel like this is all fucking broken record shit, but she is the single most unoriginal female to ever perform in a WWE ring in foreverness. In all of foreverness. At the end, I was hoping Carmella would run down and cash in her Money in the Bank. That way, I could wash some of that sour taste out of my mouth. But didn't happen, to no avail. Damn it. Next we had Cass and Big Show. Sad it is for me to say, Enzo's act is really getting old. Even I can't. I'm starting to sour on his act at this point. I have seen it all. There was a spot in this match. Enzo was in a shark cage. He literally took his clothes off, pulled out some type of oil or lubricant or something, and greased his ass up and slid out of the goddamn shark cage. Way to fucking bury the stipulation there, buddy. I lost my place because my phone reset. Give me a second. Okay, yeah. That was the major thing. Was Cass won. Nobody gave a shit because I think everybody's just about getting tired of Enzo's act. He needs to kind of think something new. Next we had Randy and Rusev. Randy won quick, nothing to write home about. Rusev deserves better. I genuinely believe that. Next we had Sasha and Alexa for the Raw Women's title. The match was good. Finish, though, looked a little bit clunky to me. The announcer, they sold it like it was unexpected. But, and that might have kind of contributed to the clunky feel of the finish there. If it was if that was the way it was planned, clunky like, nice work on the sell job to those guys, definitely. Sasha wins, and I'm cool either way. Next we had Wyatt and Balor. This one really should have been cool because they both kind of play the mindfuck game. But it just felt off. Finn takes the W. Is kind of whatever. Next we had Cesaro and Sheamus versus Rollins and Ambrose. This was great. These four are amazing together. Just watch it for the poetry that these four bring to each other. Ambrose and Rollins took the gold. Next we had AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. Another one where I love watching these two. Matches always deliver something different, of course. Styles keeps his gold. And I think that might have been the blow up to their particular feud, but I think it may open the door for a Shane McMahon Kevin Owens match down the line. Next we have Jinder and Shinsuke. This one, I felt bad for Shinsuke having to job to Jinder. I can't take away from him the fact that he's getting what he's getting, but my patience with him is gone, and I'd like to see him drop the title, preferably to Shinsuke at some point, but sadly, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, and Jinder keeps his title. Next we have Reigns, Strowman, Joe, and Lesnar. Match was cool for what it was. It wasn't really anything to do with Lesnar to me. Braun, Joe, and Roman carried his ass. Braun put him out, and he was able to kind of just sell a table spot for most of the match. I didn't exactly enjoy the fact that he did the Jesus rise from the dead thing and kept his title. But if there's a positive there, it was Roman that took the fall, and Joe, Strowman, neither one of those two was hurt. So there that is. Final thoughts on SummerSlam. I thought it was a letdown, I really did. This was pretty much predictable from top to bottom. Not the fault of most of the talent, though. set for Lesnar, of course. This wasn't the fall listed. It was the booking. I think the talent on the show was a victim of the booking. Lesnar doesn't give two shits and it shows, and that is eventually going to get somebody legit hurt. This show, like I said, was just littered with bad booking decisions everywhere. Match of the night, I guess, is going to go to the 4-way, just because 3 of the 4 busted their ass to make it a hot main event, and those 2 or those 3 should get the credit. And of course, next is No Mercy, so we will see No Mercy, and that is the stuff for Summerslam, and as soon as it gets cleared out here, we will go through a much better, much more solidly booked show from top to bottom, much more harder worked show from top to bottom in Takeover, and yeah, this one I really loved. You could tell everybody on that show actually gave a shit. There were points at the actual SummerSlam show I didn't think that was the case. Let's see. Alright, and alright, here we go. Everything is cleared out, so let's go with some takeover notes, shall we? First we had Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas. Almas in this match looked the best I've seen him look since I saw him debut on NXT. I think the addition of Thea Trinidad, aka Selena Vega, as a motivational force and, you know, a kind of ass-kicking ballet, did nothing. It's going to do nothing but help him, and it showed here. I think it was the final piece that he was missing. The chemistry that Johnny and Andrade have in the ring is just off the charts. I'd love to see more. This match to me was just amazing, and this is how you start your pay-per-view or your any show. Now, the Brooklyn crowd definitely had a lot to do with this, and hot crowds make any wrestling better. And there was a striking exchange about 2/3 of the way through the match between these two that literally hurt me sitting here. And I found myself many times throughout this show screaming at the top of my lungs, I love wrestling. So, Almost wins an amazing opener. The simple, subtle interference that really wasn't interference, it was just a distraction. At the end was a nice touch, and Almas picks up the win. Next we had Sanity versus Authors of Pain for the tag titles. Dude, they brawled hard and fast before the match even fucking started. and I loved it. Um, the switch from Dane to EY was genius. The way this worked was Killian Dane stood on the apron while Alexander Wolf was in the ring, and when Alexander Wolf came over to hit a tag, um, Eric Young got up on the apron, told Dane to get down, and tagged himself in, so it was actually Eric Young and Alexander Wolf that were in the match. Little subtle things like that are just amazing little details to me. Nikki Cross is the craziest bitch I think I've probably seen in wrestling since Daphne, maybe? And that's regardless of gender. Sanity wins the tag traps. What a match. Sanity thrives off of chaos, and that's exactly what this was. Pure, sweet, unadulterated, just friggin' cinnamon tasting chaos. At the end of the match, Red Dragon came out, stormed out and beat the shit out of everybody. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. I marked out for this. I love this. I'd love to see three-way matches between these three teams because I think they could definitely tear the house down. And again here, one of those times, I was screaming, I love wrestling. Next, we had Hideo Itami and Aleister Black. Jim Ross came out as a surprise and did commentary on this one, which made me love this match before it even started. The gamesmanship between these two, trying to outdo each other, hit game wise, was to me very, very, very well done and nice little touch, of course. This was a great net-based match that honestly we don't see a lot of net-based stuff from bell to bell, so that was very, very nice to see and very, very surprising actually. Atami's tornado neck snap looks devastating and just, ugh. The counter move at the end of this, was just amazing to me, and the black mass kick out of nowhere for Aleister to get the W was amazing. Props to both guys, just killer match here. Next we had Asuka versus Ember Moon. Man, this match had a quick start. I love the brawling start because it was something you don't expect from two women. Asuka to me is the most cerebral superstar on any roster, anywhere in the world. Be it Raw, SmackDown, NXT, GFW, Ring of Honor, AAA, anywhere. She's the most cerebral superstar anywhere in the world. I have never in my life seen anybody kick out of Ember Moon's Eclipse going back to when I first started knowing who she was back in Shimmer. Um, that was just amazing and off the charts. The counter into the Oscar lock, the counter to roll up into the Oscar lock for the tap out was awesome. And of course, Oscar retains at that point for 505 days, I think. And we found out later that she broke her collarbone in the match, and she's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. And while there were no plans to strip her of the title, she did give up the title willingly because she has other things within the WWE umbrella she wants to do, which means when she is cleared, she is going to be on Raw or SmackDown, and the matches are going to be great because she is going to kill everyone like she always does. And I am going to love it. Let's see. To me, honestly, and this was my last thought before the next match came on. While everybody else is playing checkers, Asuka's sitting there, man. She's playing chess, and it shows in every single way. Next, we had Rude and McIntyre for the NXT title. This was definitely one of those matches that you don't want anyone to lose. Drew gets the W and the title. After the match, Adam Cole makes a surprise debut and comes in with Red Dragon and beats down Drew and holds the title. Says, "I'm coming for you." And it was just an awesome way to end an awesome show. I can't see where this goes. Final thoughts on Tskeover. What a show, man. I can't tell you guys enough. If you haven't seen this show, go and watch it. It's 2.5 hours long. Well worth the time spent watching it. You will love it. Thank you to everybody at NXT for going out of your way to put on this level of a show. Much appreciated. Main roster had a hard act to follow, for sure, and they damn sure didn't even touch what these kids were able to do. And with that said, this is the end of the Powerbomb for this month. We will see you again at No Mercy. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for fostering creativity. Without y'all, I couldn't do this. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.